Welcome to the Tom Barnard Show without Tom Barnard, but he'll be here momentarily. I'm Catherine Brandt. I'm here
Andy
with.
Garfinel.
And Kristen Burt.
Okay, well, we didn't practice. We should have practiced
We
without
didn't
him.
practice.
He'll be here soon. He was at an appointment and it took him longer than he thought. So he'll
Got
be
a lot of
here
appointments.
ASAP. So what's going on, Kristen?
Yeah, there is plenty in the entertainment world. And in fact, we have like a lot of like cancellations, pickups, and things like that. We're kind of at that time of year. We're already thinking about the next television season, which sounds crazy, believe it or not. But Palm Royale being one of them, that has been canceled after season
Yeah, it
two.
wasn't
Season
very
two
good
just was,
this-
season one was so good.
I know. What happened to the writing in season 2?
I don't know. It just like left the building. It was crazy because it's got such a strong cast, and you think
Yes.
about it. You're like,
And
what
it feels
happened?
like there could be a lot of content there they just didn't want to go to. I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
And I
sad.
love like all the costumes and the set design. I don't know. Kind of made me
That's too
sad.
bad.
It is. It was a total bummer. Let's see what else we have. Best Medicine on Fox picked up for season 2. That is your Doc Martin version.
Well, I've only watched one and I wasn't impressed, but I'll try it again.
It has been a huge hit for Fox, believe it or not.
good.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Other big news, and the show hasn't even premiered, but it already got a season 2 pickup. That is Little House on the Prairie. It is
What?
coming. I know they're doing a reboot of Little House. I know. Little
Wow.
Half Pint is back.
Oh God.
So the official season premiere of this is July 9th. But
Okay.
Netflix loves it so much, they've already picked up a season 2, which means that they're probably going into production right now for that season 2, just to keep things rolling because, waiting a year or 2 years for another season is exhausting for all
Is
of us.
what's the woman that played Laura?
Melissa Gilbert
Is she going to be part of it at all?
that's a good question. Because I was like, she's a part of When Calls the Heart, so I see her on that all the time. Let's see. Melissa Gilbert, Little House reboot.
I mean, they have to bring her in for at least
For
a guest
something,
appearance
right?
or something.
But if they're doing the reboot and she's playing Half Pint, how do you bring her in? She has to be something else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we just watched that first episode of Marshalls.
Like the store?
Yes. No, not the one. The latest Taylor Sheridan.
I didn't think it was very good, and I don't understand how they transported from the last series to having cell phones, and it just was like, what? I guess I can't remember when they left off, but it was way before cell phones, and the guy doesn't look much older that played his son. I don't
Spin-off
know.
of Yellowstone. Yellowstone took place in... When does Yellowstone take place? Might take a bit.
Yeah. Well, there were how many seasons? There were quite a few seasons of it.
Well, not enough to justify going from no cell phones to cell phones, I would think. Yeah, Yellowstone takes place 27... Wait.
No.
I don't know. No one seems to know. It could be 1923.
Yeah, it
What,
just seemed
John
like such.
Cutler III is born in 1959. So do you know who that is? Because I don't.
It must be the main character.
So yeah, I guess it would be the 60s. So I guess Marshalls
he-
must be
Well, he
much
doesn't look
later.
like he's 66 years old, that's for sure. And the boy and the little boy who is, his American Indian wife who died, he looks like he's like a teenager. So they did a quantum leap of a couple of decades, I
someone
think.
else's
They do
body?
that in Hollywood a lot.
Yeah.
They
it
fudge the
just-
timelines a little bit. Melissa Gilbert is officially not part of the reboot.
Oh, okay.
But I just was thinking this. Netflix is probably happy because her husband, remember Timothy Busfield, has those child sexual abuse charges against him.
Oh, shiza, that's right.
Yeah, and he was indicted. So this is probably for Netflix. They're probably happy that she's not part of it, just because you
that's
just
right.
don't want anything around.
No, you certainly don't, especially in this day and age when there's so much of it out there and so many people involved. I don't think
And
anybody
Little
wants
House
to
is
get
about
involved.
kids. It does focus in
Yeah,
on like
yeah.
Laura Ingalls and everything. But July 9th, we'll see that, just so everybody knows. But Melissa Gilbert currently is starring on When Calls the Heart. So if you're watching that on Hallmark, you'll see her there.
That was Costner. Yeah, Costner was the original dad, though. and then the kid that was on this one was his son. It was somebody's son. He was on other episodes for sure.
Yeah, the ratings for Marshall's turned out to be a big hit for CBS, but it's interesting because everyone I know who has watched it has been like, it was okay. Nobody
Bill.
really was wowed by it.
Wild Bill liked it on the chat. Well, to each
We got
their
one.
own.
We got one.
I just thought it was I don't know. The setup was a little weird. I thought that they could have done a recap kind of, It's like, unless you remember that his wife died and you remember that how she died and all this stuff, and then there's this quantum leap, it just kind of felt piecey to me.
Well,
but
And to your point on all of this is kind of like what we've talked about with you, Andy, and like you got tired of watching all of the Marvel Universe shows and how they connect. And
Yeah, it's starting to feel that way. It's like, how many different interconnected shows do you really need? Because how many does he have? Like 6 at this point?
we've got so many. And you've got the Madison coming with Kurt Russell and Michelle
Yeah, it's absurd.
Pfeiffer. Yeah, there's so much. And but I'll tell you, look at it, 9.5 million people watched that on CBS. That is their biggest non-FL aided series debut since FBI, meaning that they didn't follow a football game.
okay.
So, and that's good, In this day and age, this era is incredible.
Okay, they did not tell you how Monica died sometime between Yellowstone and Marshall's.
So there was a time leap, but we don't know how long the time leap was.
Yeah, like I said, I think they could have done a little recap. That would have been kind of nice. I mean, it's been a long time since Yellowstone was on, right?
Like a year or two.
Only a year? Feels like it's been longer. Maybe I
it the
didn't watch
end of-
the ending. I don't know. I just thought that they could have done a better job. But anyway, maybe it'll be better. I usually like Taylor Sheridan's stuff, but I'm getting a little tired of everything being Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if half of what we talk about is the new Taylor Sheridan show, or the Taylor Sheridan show that's still going, or one of the several concurrent ones.
Yeah, it would be nice if he could do some sort of breakout show that wasn't kind of the same stuff, Good guy. I don't know. But then again, it's nice to have shows that actually touch our emotions and get us interested in the characters and make us feel something rather than being preached at and, glorifying some sort of political thing. I mean, it's kind of nice in a way, but I think he kind of does the same thing a lot. But
Well, speaking of a non-Taylor Sheridan show that I watched for once, we finally watched it. The season premiere of Scrubs. Yep. Season 10, is it? It's either 9 or 10. I don't remember. I think it's 10.
10. Yeah.
Yeah. It was not as bad as I was expecting. I was expecting it to be bad. Just like straight up bad.
okay.
It was pretty good. They went back to Sacred Heart, so they're basically pretending season 9 never happened, more or less. All those characters are gone. I think. I don't think they brought a single character back from season 9. They are doing like a whole new cast of like med students and residents and that sort of thing, but it's been so long you kind of have to. It's like, what is the alternative would be the entire hospital is staffed by nothing but 50-plus-year-olds, which wouldn't be terribly realistic.
Did you
So they
recognize anybody?
Well, yeah, they brought pretty much all the main characters back except the ones who are dead. Like Kelso's dead, like in real life. I mean, like he died,
Oh, that's
And
right.
then that one guy, his like lackey, he also died. But other than that, yeah, pretty much all the characters that I expected to be there are back.
Okay.
It is it's less fun than the old show because now it's about how they're old and life sucks, kind of, which is a little strange. I don't know why they decided to go that direction, but maybe it'll change.
Donald Faison has not aged one bit, though. He looks exactly the same.
Half of them look the same, and then the other half look very old.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
Is it a setup episode where it's
Kind of, yeah.
who cares if the first episode is good or not because you just have to get
Yeah,
with the
there's a lot
program?
of that. Like, I mean, I think I can say what happens because like it's Scrubs and it's been out. If you care about it, you've watched it. I mean, so JD comes back to Sacred Heart and then they're all like, oh, we need you to come back because you haven't been here in a while. And then he comes back because everyone's all sad, and like Turk is burnt out, and JD has to convince him to, live again, that sort of thing. JD and Elliot are divorced now. They
That
didn't
was a big
explain.
spoiler. I didn't want to when we were talking about it, I was like, there's a big spoiler.
I mean, they just kind of drop it like a third of the way into the episode like it's nothing. So I was like, I think they just got it out of the way. They're like, okay, we're not doing the relationship arc anymore. Get over it, people. It didn't feel like a spoiler even. I was just like, oh, okay, sure.
I wonder if they'll try and do we have tension still, even though
I'm
we're
sure
divorced
they will.
eventually down the line?
Yep, I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelso is still alive. Oh, that's right. He's alive, but he's 85 and he's been retired for a while, I think. So,
But Ted is dead.
Ken Jennings, but Ted is the lackey guy on Scrubs. He was always one of my favorite characters because he's just so weird. But yeah, he died and he was not very old. How old was he? But yeah, I can confirm that. Let's see, he was only 56.
Oh, that's young.
Brain tumor, which was from metastatic lung cancer.
Oh.
Yikes!
Oh my.
So yeah, he had a bad time, but yeah, I didn't expect Kelso to come back at 85. I'm sure he's like, I don't need to do this anymore, and I'm not going to.
No, I mean, he may not be
Sorry.
as nimble as he once was too. Getting around set can often be.
Well, there is that, but also it's like, I don't know. At 85, I just want to stay at home and watch Wheel of Fortune, right?
Yeah, it's weird though. You've got people like Jane Fonda's still working, and
That's
there are
true.
people who are definitely still working. We see a Dick Van Dyke out there every once in a while, and he's over 100.
You never know.
You
I
never
got to
know.
do an order of business. Kristen Burt Entertainment News is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Should have done that in the beginning.
We got
See
it.
what
in.
happens when I don't have to run things? I don't know how to run things.
I don't know.
I apparently
Sometimes,
don't listen.
sometimes we forget it entirely. So I mean,
Oh, should we
Although he's
do
usually pretty good about that one.
a break now?
No, we got like another 16 minutes.
Okay. Never mind.
We got all the time.
Once again.
What?
Whoa, this is great. My eyes. Okay.
Little bit of news on IPIC. I think you guys go to IPIC every once in a while, the theaters down in Florida.
never
Do you guys
heard of
have them?
IPIC.
You don't have
Oh
IPIC?
yeah, there is one. Hmm.
Yeah, they are filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. We have them out here in Los Angeles. Not a ton of them, but they are one of those really comfortable, seats with the lounge chairs and the dinners. Yeah. They filed for bankruptcy protection. This is the second time they've done it, though. So they're pursuing a sale through Chapter 11 in Florida federal court. So, and they're saying hey, this is a lighter release schedule. So that's one of the issues. And of course, declining ticket sales, which we've talked about a lot over the past couple of years. But they said for now, operations continue as normal, but their staff should expect layoffs.
Oh wow, they got pods and tables and blankets and wow.
It is a nice theatrical experience. It's a lot more expensive, of course, because you're not just going to sit in a stadium seat, but it really, if you have the opportunity to do it, it's nice.
What are they going to do with these malls that have so much space dedicated to a theater?
Yeah.
And that's
Low-income
not
housing.
expanding.
Well, that's
down here the malls are packed all the time. Honest to God, it's crazy how many people shop down here.
Yeah.
But up in Minnesota, you can run around the Eden Prairie Mall and not see anybody.
And our malls are packed because they're outdoor. So it's an activity because it's outside, and there's playgrounds there, and there's always pop-up events happening because it's California. So you always went to the Grove or the Americana or the Century City Mall. So our malls are doing well, but in other places where there are colder temperatures and the malls seem to be dying,
Right.
that's where Netflix has come in. They've opened in Texas, and they've opened experiences in Pennsylvania, and they're opening one this year in Nevada. And they're trying to bring in activities. Now they're all Netflix themed, because they're using their properties. You'll have a Stranger Things, let's say, type of experience, maybe an escape room or something like that. And then, so they're being smart about it, but they're using the theaters because you're going to watch Netflix movies there, and then the kids can go mini golfing, and they're working very well so far in Pennsylvania and in Texas.
And this is the first thing I saw when I Googled IPIC. Now that looks like an experience.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, look at
Yeah.
that. It's like a love seat, and they got like sushi and a coconut drink or something like that. I don't know what's going on there.
Probably a pina colada.
Yeah, and they got, notice the walls on the left and right. So if someone's on the phone, you don't see the phone because it'll block the phone.
Right.
Oh, that
And you
is.
get that nice privacy. Like you don't have that weird person sharing the armrest with you.
Yeah.
There is something nice about that experience. But again, it's fancy, as you know, we're talking about. It's expensive.
How
Yeah.
expensive are we talking though? Because like I would call that worth it for like without food and drink. I don't know, $40 for a couple.
Oh, you
But
don't
I'm
have. Yeah,
guessing-
you don't have to buy anything.
But how much is it actually? What if it's $100 for a couple? Because
Let's
then
see.
it's not worth it at all.
I don't think it's.
I'm gonna reserve a seat, okay? For
All right,
Scream,
we're gonna-
let's just pretend. I'm going to
Why not? Everyone wants to
Scream.
see Scream 7.
All right. Continue.
I mean, if there was something to go see in the theaters, that would be something
Okay,
else too.
if I bought one premium plus ticket at IPIC today in Westwood, California, and Westwood would probably be, California would probably be top dollar, of course.
Yeah.
$23.40 for one person, one seat.
not so bad.
So $46.
One of those pods is probably about $50, which that's a little spendy, I must say, without any food or anything.
Right.
So I can see how, I mean, especially because people are, they're cutting costs everywhere they can. We are, I can tell you that much. And I don't know, $50 for just a movie, that's a tough sell.
For an experience movie, like let's say Wicked was your absolute favorite, you might do it for something like a Wicked or a big, like Star Wars returns to the theaters, but
Right.
you're not probably going to do it like, hey, let's go and see Zootopia. You know?
Right. Scream 7.
Yeah,
Scream
you're not going to bring
7.
you're not going to bring the kids to some place that costs $24 a ticket.
No, that's the other thing. It's like, yeah, it would be nice to go. Like, if it was just Melissa and me, we'd probably go see Mario Galaxy, but we're not going to bring Ethan and Colin to a place like that.
Right.
No.
Not
Well,
ever.
No,
Well,
you're going to
then-
find like the cheapest matinee for the kids because you don't
Exactly.
know if they're going to sit there. They might run around, and if they
Yep.
might need to leave the theater. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to many movie theaters with Fawn and Sage, and they would just walk around. We'd make them stay in our aisle so we could see them, and we always picked some place that nobody else was around. But they would just get up, and they were watching the movie, but they were walking around watching the movie.
Because they're kids, you know.
'Cause they're
It's like,
kids, exactly.
Yeah. They
So-
have energy to burn.
Yes, you're not going to pay $25 for a seat for them to not even sit in it.
Right. And then Tire Carver makes a point. He says $100 for two at a movie with food. That's probably about right.
Oh, I bet
And
it's even more if you add like a drink to that, like an
Yeah.
alcoholic
Oh, yeah,
drink.
absolutely.
And if
And
you
it's
added
like-
actual entree versus like just popcorn and stuff.
I remember I had a friend, and she said, "Let's go see this movie." I don't remember what it was, and we went up to the Elk River Theater, and she had this giant, like, carpet bag filled with treats and a bottle of wine and all this stuff, and I'm like, "Are we allowed to do this?" And she's like, "If
Technically, no.
nobody knows about it." She was pouring wine in this giant bag. I felt like we were doing something really wrong.
Let me tell you, as someone who worked at a movie theater during college, shout out to Lowe's 3rd and 11th. I think it's an AMC now, but I learned because we would always just get popcorn at the stand. Occasionally, my mom would make popcorn and we'd sneak it in. But people sneak in everything, like a huge bucket of chicken. I picked up so many chicken bones at the movie theater. It was disgusting. Chinese food was another big one in New York City because you can get those like little
that's
$5 meals.
stinky.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
like
stinky.
I saw more
Yeah.
fried rice on the floor than you would ever want to imagine. So people bring in full on dinners into the theater.
Okay, that's kind of gross because
Yeah,
I
that's-
mean, they're spilling it all over. It's greasy. No.
And if you know anything about New York City,
Yeah.
there's a lot of mice and rats that you just don't
Yes,
want to be eaten,
certainly
They're just
snacking
waiting.
on.
are.
We're waiting for some fried rice to drop on the floor.
They
They're like
are.
dogs.
The one in
That's
Times
really
Square, it's no
disgusting.
longer there, but I went to see Titanic, and you literally would keep your feet up on the seat in front of you because there'd be mice running through underneath your feet.
Yeah,
Reminds me of when we went to Disney World and we did Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. And
Yes.
they had that
yeah.
one part with the mice, like the
Yeah,
simulated
they
mice on the
scurry
floor.
around.
I remember that freaking me out. I think I was like 8 years old. So,
Yeah, they blow air on your feet.
yeah.
I
But,
loved that when they used to do Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. That was a great
mhm.
one.
That's one of the few things I vividly remember going to when I was a kid.
Yeah, they wanted you and Alex to go up and do it, and you guys wouldn't do it. I was so mad at
No,
you.
I was yeah.
Go! They're
You
like,
guys
yeah.
weren't the volunteer family. My brother and I would be the kids running to stage,
know.
throwing
Nope.
people around, being like, we want to do it. We
they
went
wouldn't do
to
it.
Universal Studios and they used to do, we were super, super young. And so it doesn't even exist, the thing, but you would go and you would act in a movie or something. And I was like a bank robber. And my brother must have been in like kindergarten or first grade. And they got a woman in her 20s and they did a love scene, like just a cute little, like he was rowing the scene and they dubbed your voice and he'd be like, hello, my love, blah, 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 and then, you do it in front of the audience and you feel like you made a movie. And then of course you leave and they're like, would you like to buy the video for $30 or whatever? And we did, but we still remember it and they would throw water at my brother, like while he was pretending to row the boat. It was a really fun experience.
That sounds like a fun experience.
I
Why
feel
didn't
like
you do it?
I feel like
Shy dog.
I know what you're talking about. I think that was one of those things that they had like at malls in various locations back in the day.
Well, this one was like in front of it was on a stage in front of like an audience of hundreds. And then they had actual TV cameras and I would like sit on a fake horse and then rob the bank. Like they had a director directing you. It was a really great, if you think about like the theatrical experience, when you think about entertainment at theme parks, this one was really well done.
Huh.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know why you guys wouldn't go up.
I was incredibly introverted until I was like 30. So there's that.
You're still fairly introverted, but
I'm
you're,
still
you're
very
doing better. You're doing much better.
I mean, I don't, I would prefer to stay by myself or with my family, but I mean, I'm not like painfully introverted anymore. Even in the beginning of the show, the first few years of the show, I really didn't talk very much because I was just like, I don't know, talking to people.
I know.
Who's got the time?
I think I'm introverted too, but I can break out of it.
Yeah.
After I
exactly.
socialize a whole bunch, I need time away from people. I'm
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm done
that's how I
talking
am.
now. I need to go in a corner and be quiet.
Yeah, there is something about that you have to kind of recharge. If I come
Yeah.
home from a red carpet, Bill knows, do not talk to me for an hour
Yep.
because
Yeah.
my social battery is just completely
Yeah.
drained. I can't do it.
Yeah. Whereas Tom, I mean, God, yesterday we went to the grocery store. He ran into this guy from Minnesota that worked at this place called Carmine's, which he just loves their pizza.
Carmine's,
I
yep.
was sitting out in the car waiting for
know.
him out front for like 15 minutes while he did photos and he loves it. He loves the
Yes.
attention. He loves talking. Or I'd be one of those people, with the hoodie over my head trying to scurry in and scurry out. I'd be like, don't talk to me.
Well,
I'm
that's been a
doing
thing since I
chores.
was a kid. Like we'd be somewhere and he'd see someone he knows or something, or he'd just strike up a conversation and we would just keep going. We'd be like, he'll catch up.
Yeah. Or he won't.
Or he won't. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him in an hour. That's been a thing for my entire life.
I
Well,
know. I
I'm
wish there would have been Ubers back then. I just would have sent him an Uber and taken the
Yeah.
kids home while he chatted up somebody at Dairy Queen.
Well, I'm curious at parties, where are you the one? Because I like to do the Irish goodbyes. Like I'll say goodbye to the host and then I'm out. Bill will go around to everybody in the room to say goodbye, and it takes like an hour and a half.
I say goodbye to everybody, but I make it quick.
Yeah,
Be-
just like,
because
bye,
I
leave.
usually don't talk to everybody. I usually don't make it past like 5 people, and I usually have a more in-depth conversation than, just a little chit chat. So then I feel bad that I haven't talked to everybody. So
Yeah.
I do say goodbye to everybody. I feel like that's
Right.
just kind of a little more polite, maybe. That's
I
how
was
I
just-
was raised.
Yeah, I just go and say goodbye to the host because I'm like, otherwise it's just like it's so exhausting because Bill will be
Takes
like,
an
"Goodbye,
hour,
goodbye."
yeah.
It takes an hour and a half, and I'm always like, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to. I mean, all social norms have changed so much. I don't even know what is, is there any rules any longer? I don't
Do
think
people
there
even have
are.
parties?
Oh, yeah. Well, birthday parties for kids, I can tell you that
Yeah.
much.
For kids, yeah, that's where the social scene is at. Otherwise,
Yep.
I'm like, everyone has turned into an introvert.
We went to a dinner party on last Friday night or Saturday night, and it was. I can't remember the last time I'd been to a dinner party. I mean, nobody does that anymore. It used to be all the time.
I even think a friend of mine who she and her husband live pretty close to us, and they've got a nice little backyard. They would throw, like pre-pandemic especially, they would throw barbecues all the time, and we would just like go over there, and they'd be like, bring this, and it'd be like, great. We'd always have like these pre-planned meals. I mean, it would happen at least once a month, and especially in California.
Wow.
Now it's like once a year, maybe. It's so crazy. It's just
Yeah,
like
in my
everyone is.
sphere, it's literally kids' birthday parties and some holidays, like big holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and maybe Easter.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
about it. The last like we're just throwing a dinner party because that I went to, I think was maybe at like Golden Valley at your old house.
Yeah.
So
used to-
yeah,
Yeah,
It's been a while.
I used to do fundraisers and all that kind of stuff. Now it's like
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna have
Yeah, it's
a house of
exhausting.
150 people in the house anymore. I don't know. I used to not mind it, but I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, my mom used to do huge parties at our house, and our neighborhood did a lot of parties. It was a very social neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not
It's just
anymore.
not. This building that we just moved into is very social. They had this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They used to have cocktail hour. You gave them $200 for the season, and that would include 2 cocktails and snacks 3 times a week. And the
What do you
whole
mean
building
huge?
would go downstairs.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
they have a New Year's Eve party with a band, and they've got all this social stuff. Now, ever since I guess after last year, they stopped doing the 3 times a week, and they stopped the bartender because they couldn't find anybody to bartend. Now it's still Mondays and Fridays, and you have to bring something, and you bring your own drinks. But there's people there every Monday, every Friday.
Love it.
Everybody's very, very social.
So what if you
Yeah.
want like a mixed drink? You got to bring all the mix-ins and stuff. I got to bring my own mint leaves.
Most people who are
Bring your shaker.
most people that have a mixed drink, they bring like one.
The
Otherwise,
pre-mixed.
people
Yeah.
bring a bottle of wine and just have a couple of glasses.
drink
It's
out
not
of the
like
bottle.
it's not like a big boozy party.
Mm.
But we've met some very interesting people. There's this one guy who's in his 90s, and he used to write speeches for somebody who was related to Martin Luther King.
Ooh, that's
I know.
interesting.
I know, such interesting people here. It's really kind of
He's probably
it's-
got
it's
great
a-
stories.
great stories. I feel like this is a book in the making with all of these people. Well, Tom talked to, I didn't go down on Monday. He talked to that casting director that I was talking to you about last
Oh,
week,
yeah.
whether or not you'd like to be on when she's on. And he mentioned it to her because I haven't seen her in a little while. And she said, yeah, she'd love to come on.
Oh,
So,
good. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
super fun, I think. She's a great resume, too. We were looking at it before we went on air.
yeah, Ellen, she's really, really nice. And her dog is so cute.
Got little puppers. Little
She's
pupper.
got a little tiny, I don't know, 6-pound little white dog. I don't know what he is, but he's very cute. So
Probably
yeah,
Westy.
no, tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah, Westies are a little larger, but yeah,
The miniature Westy.
we have a lot of people here that it's like, oh boy, we should get them on because they all have these great stories. There's a large installation artist here, and just all kinds of cool people.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you're not going to run out of guests then. at your new
yeah,
place.
we're
I
gonna
love
have
it.
to. Yep, it'll be fun. All right, young lady, as Tom would say.
Wait, you booze hound call me? All right,
Gotta go
Pally.
Alien props now.
Kristen Bird Entertainment News is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to my Warner Brothers TCM tour today at 11:30, so I'm going to bring you the scoop tomorrow and let you know if it was good or not.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. That'd be
You
great.
bet. See you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to read the commercial?
I think I can pull it up. Heart of the North.
have
'Cause
it.
John Bryant I've got, but let's see. Can I get Heart of the North on Google Docs here? Maybe.
Okay.
You have the script.
Oh, I
don't
do have it.
script
All right.
Somehow.
I guess
How do I not
can
have the
do it.
script?
I don't know. Oh,
Very
I've got
confusing.
glasses. I wasn't going to be able to see it without my glasses, but I can
Well,
read
you-
it, I think.
Well, you can't see without your glasses.
I
Just
got
like
it.
they said in that one movie, whatever movie that was. All right. Yeah, we'll hit Bradshaw and Bryant, and then, yeah, you can read that when we come
All right,
back.
we're going. Okay.
From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Okay.
There
There's a
it is.
cruise that Tom has been hearing about from his friends at Heart of the North Tours. That sounds amazing to me. It's the Alaska Cruise Tour. What is a cruise tour? It's a tour that features a cruise that includes a 7-day Princess Cruise tour of the glaciers, combined with glass-topped railway experience and multiple nights at the Denali Wilderness Lodge, including the land meal package. You'll visit Denali National Park, Whittier, Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay National Park, and stop in Anchorage, Juneau, Skagway, and Ketchikan. For more information, go to heartofthenorthtours.com or call 1-833-424-2700 to speak to Mike, who is a pro at arranging these amazing tours. It all happens August 8th through the 19th, and there are limited spots available, so book now. It's the trip of a lifetime that you don't want to miss.
Yeah, me too. That's exactly what happened.
Did I read too fast?
I was not paying attention.
You did a fine job, Catherine.
Oh, thank you. I'm like, this is really small and it's not double spaced. And even with glasses, I'm like, what are these words?
You are 58 seconds, just about perfect.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
It's
All
almost
right, I'm
like
gonna
I'm a
get pull out the
professional
camera.
podcaster.
I will be right back. I'm going
You're
to pull the
leaving.
camera out
Oh,
so it's not all
okay.
weird looking.
Okay, we've got guests in the studio. I'm sure some of you know who Officer Dave is.
Absolutely.
Oh, can we
not.
call you Officer Dave anymore?
You can just call me Dave. You can call me Dummy. You can call me whatever you want to call me.
Don't we call
Catherine.
you Citizen Dave now?
You can call me Citizen Dave. You can call me Dopey if you want to call me Dopey. I don't care.
And Jesse the Shrink.
And Jesse the Shrink. Hey, we're the tag team champions of the Tom Barnard podcast.
I guess so.
Yeah,
So
top of
what's
the-
going on, guys?
Not much. What's new with you?
That's what a host is looking for.
You'll be great.
Nothing. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in.
Enough about me, Catherine. How are you?
Enjoy.
Thank you. And,
Thanks for
tomorrow
coming
we'll
in.
have a
Bye-bye.
Interesting conversation. Goodbye.
Nothing's going on. That's
He
great.
plays the outro. I love it.
I was
That's
just
great.
telling, we were talking about two fun things before we came in.
Okay.
I told him I'm in a weird spot because, I'm Jesse the Shrink. I'm the therapist, but I'm in need of a new therapist now because my therapist died last week.
What happened?
Yeah, I had an awesome session with him. My brother was actually in on it with me, in the session with me, and we were talking to him about how we were going to be doing this. We're going to put together a comedy show that's about mental illness. And I was telling my therapist he should be a part of it. And he was laughing and he said, that sounds wonderful. That sounds fun. And then I got a text message the next morning from his assistant that he had passed away in his sleep that night.
Oh
How
my
old was he?
gosh.
Appreciably or not old enough?
I think he was like probably just shy of 60.
Oh, wow.
So it was an unexpected thing. It was one of those where he
my
kind of went in
God.
his sleep. And so, that was,
If you're
that was
gonna go,
there.
that's
But
the
if
way
you're
to
going to go,
go.
that's the
That's
way
true.
to go.
I
But
know. That
I've
is
never-
definitely the way to
you know.
go.
Now Jesse
that-
the Shrink needs a new shrink. So if y'all have any,
Sorry
have
to
any-
hear about that. So last night I was struggling to sleep as I usually do because I just, for some reason, my insomnia is insufferable right now. And I was, of course, doing the thing you're never supposed to do, which is get on your tablet and have that light, which is supposed to make you not be able to
The
sleep.
blue light, yep.
Yeah, and there was, I don't know, I was like, can't sleep, and something came up. It's like cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. What would that be?
Mm. Well, I mean, one thing I got to say is that's not my expertise exactly on that. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know that I'm going to have a wonderful answer, but I do.
You can just make something up. I'm not going to look it up.
You want me to make something up and say it confidently? I can totally do that.
Okay.
But I would imagine cognitive behavioral therapy with insomnia is probably going to be taking a look at things like, Catherine, if you're not able to fall asleep, are you paying attention to what's the rabbit hole that your mind is going through? Because I would imagine that's pretty common with insomnia. Do you find that your mind is racing?
My mind is pretty much racing all the time.
Yeah, that's
I never
that'll
shut
happen to
off.
me occasionally. And by the way, Howard, I'm going to kick your butt.
Why? What did he say?
You're late for a meal.
Never call me late for dinner. I was actually going to say that while I was adjusting the camera. I was like, should we call you late for dinner?
Nope.
Because I think you said that before.
I see there's a yes, CBT is good. Never heard it for insomnia. So yeah, that's interesting because I was just messaging a friend before I came on here who's going to be doing therapy this evening with their therapist about their insomnia issues. So I would like to learn more about how they use it specifically for insomnia, but that would generally be the idea is your mind is racing and going in a million different directions. Do you have the ability to use mindfulness to kind of observe what's your brain doing to go, is it helpful to go down this path right here? And if it's going down this rabbit hole here, what can you use to catch that and go, what can I do instead to focus my mind on something that's going to help me fall asleep? Like, for example, doing some deep breathing exercises or think about something that you maybe could get out of bed and do that's productive that makes you go, oh God, that's the last thing in the world I want to do is get up and do that. Sometimes the reverse effect of that is you fall asleep, right? It's like a little bit of reverse psychology. But the key is to tune into what is your brain doing and observe that and go, ooh, how can I masterfully start to guide it in this direction that leads to me?
Yeah. Cheryl and I are putting together our next our final house.
Final house.
Yep, the house will die in, or I'll die. They'll live forever, but the house I'll die in.
Well, Mom and Dad thought they were buying their final house, 3 houses ago? So
yeah, life changes. Sometimes life just kicks you in the ass and you got to do what you got to do.
But I'll lay there in bed. If I do this, if I do that, if I put this in there, if I put that in there, if I move this wall, what will happen to that wall? What will I, and I'll be like, stop it. And I'll tell myself, just sleep.
Yeah, and when
sleep.
And I remember one of the things I learned is it sounds so subtle, but in that moment right there, if you notice your brain doing it and you get too annoyed with yourself, you get too annoyed with your brain, that works against you because now you're getting agitated.
Yeah.
I go, oh, stop it.
Yep.
And I remember in grad school, this woman guided us through this process where it was learn how to notice that your mind is doing that, but try to have some grace with it. Where you kind of go, oh, there you go, you silly brain. You're coming over there. We're going to guide it over to here.
Yeah.
Moby Pete says, drink heavily.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I find that
when
I drink a lot of wine or rice wine, basically any sort of like fermented alcoholic beverage, I sleep, I get super amped up 4 hours later.
Yeah.
So I can drink a bunch of wine and then at 6 or 7 o'clock, and then that night I don't get to sleep until 1 a.m. because I'm just my heart is racing and I feel like I'm wide awake. I think it's like a sugar rush crash thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
it sounds like
drinking has never worked for me.
Yeah,
for
no.
asleep.
Generally, I mean, therapists. That's not what our go-to of. Hey, have you tried?
Have
you tried drinking a little more at night? Because that's been shown.
Well, I just thought that was interesting because a lot of people do use alcohol as a sleep medication,
100%.
unfortunately. But for me, it has the exact opposite effect. It metabolizes into something.
Yeah.
I think, it's a lot of calories. I mean, a whole bottle of wine has to have 800, 900 calories in it.
Do you tend to get amped up with sugar, like candy and stuff like that, Andy?
I never stop eating candy, so I wouldn't know.
So probably
just my natural state is full of candy. No, sugar rush it's not a thing for me. No.
Then the little guy never gains a pound. It's like I want to body slam him.
I know, right?
The only time I gain weight is when I drink alcohol. Actually, that will make me gain weight in a hurry. But other than that, I'm good to go.
There is one trick I remember learning a long time ago, Catherine. If it works, or for anybody with the insomnia, I have not gotten any clients to follow through on this. But I remember learning about it years ago, where if you can't fall asleep and you can't stop the mind from racing, specifically it was have a toothbrush available that you can get up and you can go out and start scrubbing one of your floors with the toothbrush.
I thought you were going to say brush your
yourself
teeth.
to tired.
It's
grout? Do the grout work?
It's the idea that it's such a terrible idea. Who in the world would want to do that? That's the ultimate. You're going to do that or you're going to fall asleep.
Right.
And then apparently you tend to fall asleep. But I've literally never had a client follow through on that assignment, so I can't personally vouch for it.
Well, the most ready I ever am for bed is 7 a.m. when Ethan wakes up.
I feel like 5
I'm
o'clock
like,
in the morning is when I'm for sure going to be able to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
so
That's
annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, if Ethan didn't wake up right now, I could sleep for another 4 hours. But then it's 11:30 p.m. and I'm like, I can't sleep at all.
Have any of you any of you ever had a scenario in your life where you could operate on the hours where you could just naturally go to sleep when you felt like it, wake up when you felt like it?
Oh, yeah, before I met Melissa, my sleep schedule was I would stay up until about 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I would sleep until whenever the show was. I want to say 11-ish. When were we doing the show?
You
8 years
stayed
ago.
up way too late for many years.
But then what I did is I got home. So I woke up, immediately did the show. Like within a half an hour of waking up, we started doing the show. I'd come home from doing the show, and then I'd nap for 3 hours, and then I'd start my day.
Yeah.
It was the most messed up schedule on earth, but
try doing shift work.
Well, yeah, I basically was doing shift work, but I didn't need to. I was doing shift wake.
The hard part about shift work, especially when you're married with kids, I would work all night long from 6 at night to 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Come home. If I was lucky, I could get a couple hours of sleep. And Cheryl was great about this. She would, you need to sleep, but we need to go do this, and this today as a family. And I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, I've gone 40 hours without sleep. It's just nuts.
It's about as miserable as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your body just, you feel like you're going to puke all day long. It's just,
definitely not sustainable.
Well, the internet is filled with all kinds of, advice. You're supposed to clench your muscles from your feet for 5 seconds and then let them go, and then do your lower legs, and then do your, and just work your way up. And you're supposed to do this. And if you're not sleepy, get out of bed. Do not lay in bed.
Yeah,
go do something else. It's like, what are you going to do at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? What are you going to do? What are you doing out there?
The toothbrush.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have the cleanest house in America. And then there was this, it was a university site that was like, oh, can't sleep. And it gave you this whole quiz, and it went on for pages. And I thought maybe they were going to actually analyze something and tell me, oh, well, with your brain, you should be doing this. Oh, no, it's like, what's your email? It's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I just,
As soon as I ask for your email, I'm like, nope.
I know, I got sucked into that. So in other words, it's if you want the answer to your problems, just give us, $5,000.
Yeah,
that's it. I do guide my clients through something similar on that, though. It's a progressive muscle relaxation process. It starts up here and works its way down. But before you get to that part, you do the mindfulness thing. Like you start to do deep breathing.
Mm-hmm.
You do this thing where you're doing the deep breathing. You have your eyes closed. And then the key is that you let your mind focus only on your breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part where when the mind starts to gravitate towards like, oh, yeah, I have to grocery shop tomorrow.
Right.
You don't go, oh, damn it, there it goes. You just go, oh, look at you, brain. You're doing that. Now bring it back. We're focused on the breathing.
Yep.
And then once you get it focused on the breathing, that's when you start to do the progressive muscle relaxation. You tense up the jaw muscles, and you just keep doing that until it gets so uncomfortable. You keep making it tighter and tighter, and then your brain is just focused on how tense all of that feels until you almost feel like you can't stand it anymore. And then you let the entire thing just relax, and you focus your mind on how relaxing does that feel. And then you go to the neck muscles and you do the same thing. And then it's the shoulders, and it's the biceps, it's the fists, and you work it all the way down until the last step is it's all built up in your toes. You're focused on how tense all of that feels. And I'm doing it right now and I can feel it. You just keep doing it until it feels so uncomfortable. Then you finally release it. And now you just picture that all the tension that's been in your body all day has just left through your toes. And now you just feel like you're melting into your bed. And then you use some visualization. You start to imagine if you could be anywhere in the world that represents a peaceful place for you to be, where are you going to be? and then you start to imagine you're there where you pay attention to your senses. Like for me, it would be a beach in Hawaii where there's no people around. I'm like, can I hear the waves? Can I smell the salt water?
That sounds
Can I
like a
feel the
lot
sun
of
on-
freaking work.
Right, and by that
No,
time,
3
you're
hours
asleep.
later, you're tired.
And
yeah.
by that time, you're asleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I found works, I haven't tried it, but what I've witnessed, try spinning around and jumping on your bed for about an hour and a half.
Oh, that'll be good.
That sounds
Cheryl
like a
would
lot of
really
fun.
love
Works for
it.
the kids, right?
Works for Ethan, exactly. Yesterday it was sleep time, and he was like, I'm a transformer. So he ran around in a circle, and then he transformed into a car, which meant he spun around on his all fours in a circle. And then he transformed back into a robot, so he ran in a circle. And then Melissa came in, and she was like, why aren't you asleep? And I was like, he's a transformer. Robots don't sleep.
Of course he
yeah.
is.
I'll try that one.
That
honestly-
totally makes sense.
Me, 325
Yeah, dude. With your
pounds,
Batman
jumping
shirt,
on the
be
bed.
Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Put on a cape. I mean,
I jump on the bed, the wife hits the ceiling. Literally.
yeah, the other day I was playing Ape Escape with Ethan. Like, not the game. There's a game called Ape Escape, which is about a guy catching monkeys with a net. But he's never played it. He just is aware of it. And he wanted to play Ape Escape in real life. So I just pretended to chase him around with a pretend net. We ran around the dinner table multiple times, into the sunroom, into his bedroom, and back and forth. It was only for like 5 minutes, but I was ready to go into a coma after that.
Oh.
So honestly, there's something to be said
could
for
be-
just going nuts before bedtime until you can't move anymore. And then your body's like, we're going to sleep or we're going to die.
When the kids were little, they used to love this. I would lay on the floor on my back with my knees bent, and then I would bring them up with my
Airplane?
feet and flip them over.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. When I was young, I had the best abs in the world.
Yeah.
Abs.
And then they got too heavy for me to do that, and too
Yeah.
big to do that. So.
Yeah, every so often Ethan wants he's always liked to be held upside down, like by his feet. And Colin likes it too, but he sees us do it to Colin. He's like, do it to me. And Melissa at this point, she's just like, no, I'm not going to.
I can't.
Because he weighs like 50 pounds
Yeah.
and he's like almost 4 feet tall already.
That kid is thick.
He's
man.
he's very large for his age, and I will
is.
do it, and my back will hurt for a week after that. And I'm already getting to that point. You know that idiom that they say or whatever it is, like one point you're going to put down your child and never pick them back up.
Yeah,
we
that's-
are this close to that point for Ethan.
It's so sad.
He's
Yeah, when they get too
ache.
big to carry around, it is
Yeah.
sad.
at a certain point, you're just physically. It's not a good idea to pick up 60, 70 pounds of child anymore.
Tommy was in first grade, I think. And, Tommy being my kid was always large, the largest kid.
Yep, that's
Anywhere.
Ethan. Always the biggest
And-
kid in his class.
And he would come and he'd jump and I'd pick him up and I'd carry him around for a little bit. And he's like, you're the only one that can do this, Dad. And I'm like, there you go, son. I'm always here for you. And then all of a sudden it stopped.
Yep, that's how it is. That's the point we're getting to.
Yeah.
He's in this
Yeah.
thing, like a soccer class thing. It's for 4 and 5 year olds. So starting at 4 and ending like on your 6th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
He just turned 4 in November. So statistically, he's probably the youngest or one of the youngest in the class. And he's still the biggest kid in that whole thing.
Yeah.
All the 5-year-olds, he's bigger than them.
I know that feeling.
Yep. It's,
Hey,
don't
look what the cat dragged in. He showed up. Hey.
We were having such a nice
conversation.
He was like, I need to recover this show. I don't
You
know
need
what
to turn
to
on
do.
your mic, dear. Turn on
See,
your
I tell you,
mic.
honest
There
to
you go.
God, it just, if you think there's traffic in Minnesota,
oh, God, yeah.
holy God, the traffic in Florida is just,
Are you on
Did you drive
Okeechobee?
up to Orlando? Where'd you go?
no, I,
What
is
around
it?
the block?
Donald Ross, it's, Jude, don't lick my legs. It tickles.
Dude.
Go on,
He's,
go on, go on,
he's
go on.
welcoming you back.
Well, I'm having a hell of a day so
here,
far,
puppy.
I'll tell you that, but I just,
I like this thing that Tire Carver said. It's worse when you have to look up at your child to discipline them.
yeah,
Because isn't he like 7
Yeah.
feet tall or something? 7 something?
I think 7-1, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, imagine's like, you listen to me right now, young man.
Um,
I had to drive about 10 miles from there to here. And I talked to Catherine and I said, oh, it's only like 5-6 minutes. No big deal. Hour and 20 minutes later, I finally made it
was
back.
there a crash on the highway?
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
I'll do it every time.
And we just
do
sat
it.
there, and I'm going through some notes, God. Well, I'm glad you guys were on because you kept the party going, so that's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Catherine did a phenomenal job.
Oh,
Look
did
at me
you
doing a
really?
phenomenal job. Thanks, Dave.
Did you
You're
read the
welcome.
commercials?
We read all the commercials and everything, just like
God.
you know.
You're
We're
the
on the
best.
second
not our-
break now.
Not our, not
Oh,
our,
it's
it's not
not
our
a-
first rodeo.
Catherine, you're either stop talking or just
No,
there's still
you-
commercials to do.
Yeah, 11:20.
Yeah, it's
And
11:20.
11:40.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Okay,
do
well,
it.
you
You came in
have
the
them-
nick of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need glasses?
No, we're good. You got the top two on here, don't you? No, you do not.
You know, fresh fried is the only one you got to do.
No, an NABC 2 I still need.
That's the third break. But yeah.
I know it is, but Jesus. I stack them up ahead of time at the beginning of every show so I know what goes
Don't
where.
come in here and act pissy. We've been
Well,
covering your ass.
God, I just sit down and try to do my. Yeah, I do need to vent. There's no question
I
about it.
guess. Jeez.
All right, let's go to
Louise.
break. We'll be right back.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the automotive twilight zone, one without sedans.
Is it really otherworldly that crossover and sport utilities have replaced sedans? I asked Brett Paul of the Valley Group of GM dealerships.
When you consider ease of entry, visibility, cargo space, and of course all-wheel drive traction, it really shouldn't be a surprise.
But what about things like style, comfort, luxury, and technology?
GMC has been refining this class of vehicles probably longer than any manufacturer. The new GMCs make sedans and minivans, the mom jeans, or black and white TVs of people haulers.
So what are the current GMC crossover and sport utility offerings?
See our sensibly priced Terrains, Acadias, and Yukons at Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings.
A fifth dimension, beyond human knowledge, a place between light and shadow. The
Well,
known.
no, not really.
You've heard me talking about you've heard me and my family talk. Jude, stop licking my legs. Go away. Oh, what a day of torture already. You've heard me and my family talking about, actually, again, raving about fresh, dry snacks. And and the grandkids love them too, of course. Fresh, dry snacks are real food. There's no junk in there. Made from real fruits, real vegetables, and real ingredients. No powders, no fillers, no fried snacks. What's on the label is what's in the bag. It's called Fresh Dry, the Fresh Dry difference. Founder Jeremy actually created the product accidentally while trying to make a healthier snack for his kids. What started as a kitchen experiment turned into a full Minnesota-based snack company. They use a proprietary fresh dry process. They dry for flavor, not longevity. The result, real crunch, real nutrients, no frying, no oils. They call it dormatized produce. Real fruits and vegetables made shelf-stable without sacrificing flavor. Right now, they offer 5 veggie brands, 12 different fruit options, 6 granola bite flavors. Go to FreshDrySnacks.com, use promo code Barnard, BARNARD, for 10% off your first order. Shipping is always free on orders over $100. Want to try them this week? Find them at Home and Garden Show. And this one was the one, you gave me the wrong one there, honey.
Yeah.
What?
Throw that one away.
That was
Well, why is it
that's
here,
a week
then?
old. I don't know.
Sorry.
No, it's not a big deal. Not a big problem. I'm just having one of those. Actually, the day's gone rather well, but I'm still having one of those days,
Yes.
Can
Yes,
you
I
do
do
the
now.
job or not, Tom? Come on.
I can definitely do the job, get the job done. But one thing I have noticed is there is a certain era of human beings that don't care if they get the job done or not. They're just like, that's about all as much as I want to do. Oh, is it?
Millennials on down.
Yeah.
They're asking about you, Jude.
Jude, my God, would you
Hi, Jude.
stop? Now he's licking my arm.
They're asking about you.
Jude, if they're asking about Judy.
Any updates on Jude's health? Yes, his pancreatitis seems to be all resolved, thank
That's
God.
good.
He's supposed to maybe have surgery, but I haven't gotten the estimate on that yet. To take out bladder stones.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have any pain, and he's acting absolutely normal.
Yes, he is.
So
They
but
can't
apparent-
just supersonic them away or whatever.
They said they can't figure out what kind they are. They don't have crystals, or they
Huh.
haven't captured any crystals. So,
Well, that's probably a good thing.
God only knows what that all means. So anyway, I got to call the vet and find out what that means. And he's now on heart medication because he's got the dreaded cavalier heart thing.
Yeah, the murmur.
But he's 12, so he's had a murmur for a long time. But
Jude and I have similar health issues. I don't know.
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go. You
apparently
and Jude.
they rate hearts, and I don't know if they do this with humans, A through D, and A1, A2, B1, B2, and so forth and so on. He's got a B2, so it's still kind of
Medium
not
good.
bad. It's like okay, but they wanted him to be on the heart medication before he had the surgery. And I have, I don't know about dogs, 12-year-old dogs and surgery. I'm just not positive.
Yeah.
I want to do that, but then again, I don't want him to have severe pain and suffering either.
Right.
So it's just a fun dance party to think about.
Well, the thing
Maybe
about
that's why I can't sleep.
The thing about bladder stones is if one of them gets stuck, then it's an emergency vet and an emergency surgery, and that is going to be
Even more
5
expensive.
figures,
Yeah.
like well into. So yeah,
Yeah.
Somebody on here is saying ultrasound the stones.
yeah. That's what I was. I said supersonic. That's what I meant to say. Just
They didn't even give me that option because he's got a buttload of them.
A buttload? Oh. Well, now.
So they didn't.
Good to
I
hear.
know. I
No,
thought,
it's a bladder load.
It's a bladder load.
there we go.
Buttload, bladder load, it's
Yeah,
all in there.
so they didn't give me that option. I guess there's like 9 or 10 different kinds of stones too. Of course,
Really?
nothing can be
Dr.
easy.
Jamal.
Nothing can be easy with our dog. So anyway, that's the update. Thanks for asking. He's very happy and seems to be doing
Seems
well,
fine.
other than
Seems to be.
impending surgery, perhaps.
So what else has happened? What you guys been well, I don't want you to talk about what you've already been talking about, but is there a topic for the day, or are you all over the place?
Oh, well, we
We
were
were
talking
asleep.
about insomnia. We were talking about when kids get too old to pick up, and then I was going to transition into the more heartbreaking for me was when they won't hold your hand anymore.
Oh, point, that's for
Or
sure.
they'll only hold your hand if there's no other people around because they're getting cool.
Oh, that actually reminds me of a couple Ethan stories. They're all very quick. So his thing right now, for some reason, if you sing when there's other people around, he'll be like, "Shh," and I'm like, "Why? Why can't I sing?" And he's like, "Someone will hear you."
Everybody goes through that.
But
I
he's
think.
4 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't other people hear me sing?
That's because he's starting to get that brain development to be aware of the
Yep.
others.
Yep. He's very aware of the others now. But then
I hate that.
last night, Melissa was at a thing, and I was putting Ethan to bed. And Ethan was like, "Is Mom getting home soon?" "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, Mom will get home soon." And then she'll go. And then I started like singing some random song. I do that because it's funny. And he goes, "No, she won't." And I'm like, "No, she won't. How do you know she won't?" And he said, "Because she's normal." And I'm like, "Oh, we're getting to that point already."
There you go.
Dad, you're a huge embarrassment.
Yeah. I remember Alex telling me not to sing in the car. It's like, it's you and me. Who cares if I sing in the car?
The
Don't
cool thing
sing!
is they circle back, and my daughter and I would be just rocking out to whatever thing's singing together all the time.
He likes to do it at home. All the singing in the world, he's fine with at home. But if there's other people around, God forbid.
Yep.
Or like playing, like we went to Aldi, and there's these things in the Kirby games called Waddle Dees. So he associates them. He's like, maybe Waddle Dees live at Aldi because they sound the same.
Yeah,
And so
they
he's like
do.
looking behind the shelves and stuff for Waddle Dees and that sort of thing. And then I'm like, I think check back there for Waddle Dees. And he's like, don't do that. And I'm like, do what? He says, you can't pretend. There's people around. It's like, so he can climb around in the shelves and stuff looking for Waddle Dees. But then if I enable it, all of a sudden it's embarrassing.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, I expected that at like 11. I didn't expect it to start so soon.
But
he does
social conformity is a thing.
It is, but it's like at 4. I mean, I don't know. I don't think most kids are even aware of being embarrassed by their parents at 4. You wouldn't think.
Yeah, kids are different. All the kids are different.
Well, he does everything so early. He's much bigger than his peers, and he's much more advanced in terms of like reading and speaking and that sort of thing. And he really is just like, I don't know. He's going to be going through like college stuff when he's 10.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's gonna be like, Dad, what is life? What happens when we go to the other side? It's like,
Yeah, there you go.
well, he
Fun.
actually is starting to get into like the whole God thing and like wondering what God is and that sort of thing.
Wow.
So we went to church for the first time since he was 1, I think, on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah,
Did
we
he
haven't gone
like
to
it?
church since he was a baby. Well, he didn't really go to church. He went into like the playroom thing where they had like service on a monitor,
Mhm.
so he could pay attention to it if he wanted and that sort of thing. But you know, like he would not have been able to sit in the chairs and
No.
because it was an hour-long service, and even I at the end of it was like, oh, okay, I get it. Jesus is good.
You get
I've
it.
heard this story before. Thank you. Can we go, please?
Oh,
MB.
wow.
Margaret, all I can hear is "Don't say like that."
Don't say like that.
That's from the old K-Screw days.
No, I don't know that one. Surprisingly,
That was the Jerky Boys prank
yeah.
prank call people, and that
back in the day.
oh god, that was so funny.
That was a great time.
Oh, that was. Oh, was that you kicked my dog?
Yeah.
With Kerpal.
Kerpal, yeah, that's it.
Kerpal.
So your
I
kid your
suppose.
boy is 4.
Yep, he just turned 4 in November.
So what do you do with a 4-year-old who starts to ask these questions about God and wants to go and see what church is like? What do you all do when it comes to kids who are wanting to understand this whole thing about God? I think that's interesting. What do adults do with that? Do you try to guide your kid in how to see that?
Yes.
Do you? Yes. Okay.
I mean, right now it's
100%.
basically just like, this is what, like, I grew up with Christianity, so here's what I grew up with. And then if you want to branch out from there, if you want to ask questions, that sort of thing, go ahead. But despite being advanced in a lot of ways for 4, he's also still a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like emotionally, he's not
overwhelm him.
terribly complex. So, I mean, it's like you talk about God and that sort of thing and talk about death and what happens after you die. We think, who knows, maybe.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really question it. Like if we say, you go to heaven when you die, he'll be like, okay, that's just a given. Everything is taken on its face.
That's a given.
So
as a Catholic, my wife is like, she is going to be a saint. There is no question in my mind.
got to get canonized first.
Yeah, no.
You got to talk to
Yeah.
the Pope.
Well, we're all destined to be saints. That's what the way I was raised. That's what you believe.
Well, you joined the chorus of the saints, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my wife is always. We sent our kids to parochial school, and then when they got into high school, they transitioned to Delano, just the public school.
Mhm.
And we always, and I believe if a child questions, what is this? Why is this? Take them and encourage it, because in my belief and with my background and knowing every day that I could die,
Yeah.
I want that confidence and comfort to know
Peace,
that
yeah.
I'm gonna go up and not down,
Mhm.
or at least I hope I go up. Yeah.
Maybe I'll go sideways.
Well, I have a question. What if Jesus isn't strong enough to lift you? You're so low. What
Maybe
the
I
hell?
need some more angels' wings
Yeah.
to lift this one up.
Yeah, we got to get 5 angels.
Funny story about that too is, with the last funeral I did as a member of the honor guard, the guy weighed 350 pounds.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that in the chat, weren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Ooh.
And they had me drag him off the case on the horse-drawn carriage
Literally drag.
because I was the strongest guy on the team, the biggest guy on the team. So at that moment, I promised everybody, I says, I will be cremated. One of you can carry me.
Somebody's still got to drag your ass to the crematorium.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That's not
true.
Lena's problem. That's not my honor guard brother's problem.
There's some promotional angle I never thought of for cremation.
You said that he was 350,
Yeah.
not including the casket.
Not including the casket.
The casket's got to be what, another 200?
It was a solid oak casket,
Yeah.
so that
Oh,
was
boy.
over 300 pounds.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. You got like 700 pounds right there.
Yep.
You're going to need a
Yikes.
forklift.
Yep. There were 8 of us to get him off the case on.
Wow.
Jeez.
Jeez.
So,
8
so
people.
Tom
8 people.
So Tom and Catherine, how did you guys do it when it came to your kids and the whole thing of when they were kids and God, and what was your approach with that?
Relatively hands off, I'd say.
Yeah,
No,
'Cause I
basically
was-
the same thing. You went to parochial school for a while.
Well, yeah, we went to that sort of thing. We went to Sunday school, I remember, and we went to after I think 5th grade. I went to St. Andrews. That was a Catholic school. But like at home, you were never like, you didn't really say like this is how it is and that sort of thing that much.
Well, I was going through a recovering Catholic crisis after all of the pedophilia stuff was being, covered
that's
up
right,
and
there was
things.
that.
I really was unhappy with the Catholic Church for doing that because it feels like the smallest of us should be the most taken care of, at least through the church. And I know that pedophilia exists in all religions, and most establishments have it, it seems like. I mean, we're finding out that there's just tons of it in the government and in corporations and all of this, and it's all very sad and horrible. But the Catholic Church, that shouldn't have been happening.
Yeah,
So
no.
I was really mad about that for, I don't know, maybe like almost 2 decades, to tell you the truth. So we went to Lutheran church for a little while, and we went to another one, and I was sort of like trying to figure out how to even deal with faith because I was so disappointed in the institution. So yeah, we kind of really weren't pressuring you, or I never feel like I would have pressured you. I don't know. We just really didn't attend much church for a
No,
while
outside
there.
of school, no. We basically, I don't really ever remember going to church outside of when I was at St. Andrews, really. Like
Well,
sometimes, obviously. Like we did the Easter Sunday thing all the time. And like I think we went on Christmas maybe or near Christmas.
Yeah, we
But
were Catholic
we were
light.
definitely not a weekly church family.
No, we were
I'm
not.
glad you touched on that part though about your concern, like as a mom in the church, because I'm not Catholic, but I always wondered about that. What did that create in parents as far as concern, and just how did they think about it? So that's the first time I've heard.
Here's what we did. We literally told the kids and kind of made it. And by the way, Thomas Warhol, thank you for the God's going to flip me up. Jesus is going to flip me up to clouds in heaven. We literally told them there are bad people everywhere.
Yeah.
You will have bad doctors, bad
Teachers,
teachers,
everyone, yep.
bad cops. And this was something that they did. Bad people did this. God didn't do this. Bad people did this. Try to understand that this was not God. It was the person. And, they seem to get that and go with it pretty well.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one of those very early dilemmas that people always go through. You hear it a lot in like teenagers, especially younger teenagers, is why does evil exist if God is good?
Yeah.
Like, why doesn't he just wipe out all evil?
Because he gave us free will.
Exactly. The answer is because we have free will. If we didn't have free will, what would be the whole point?
Right.
And what an interesting message to bring to kids in this, I suppose, nuanced way. Because if you think about it, on the one hand, you're kind of saying, hey, there's evil everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
But really, with what you're really saying is, we know the message that you're trying to convey. So then, what a thing to try to convey that to kids.
Yeah.
It's just, nobody hates a bad cop more than a good cop. And there's, I tell my driver's ed students that all the time. We literally have a session that's about traffic stops and what to do when you're stopped by the cops. And what I try to do is I try to tell them why we come up and we're all serious. Okay, we have people in this world that literally, Scott Patrick from Mendota Heights, great example. This was maybe 20 years ago now, or 15, 20 years ago. But the guy who shot him woke up that morning and decided he was going to kill a cop. That's the only reason he died.
Yeah.
If it wasn't him, it would have been someone else.
Jesus.
So,
One of those, things you can't stop, unfortunately.
yep.
All right, we want to take that final break, and we'll be right back and wrap things up right after this. Let me tell you about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. When it comes to banking, it's all about trust, and that's what you get with them. They've been around since 1998. They've always made it clear they're here to give you a better banking experience with a focus on the local community. And you won't be dealing with some AI chatbot. You'll get straight answers and quick decisions from real people that know you and your situation and are always ready to help. So, if you're tired of the big national banks, want something better, stop by, see my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Oh, can you imagine how stupid I'd look in one of those?
One of what?
We're talking pirate
Flowing
shirts.
pirate shirts.
Oh, there
I'm
you
proud
go.
that my microphone has not dropped yet today. Last time I was on here, I think it dropped off 4 times.
And I forgot the word blouse, so for some reason I said pirate shirt. I don't really know why.
Pirate shirt.
I can't explain my own brain
Yes.
to you.
No, you can't.
What are you going to do? All right, any closing statements, you two?
Well, you were talking about what to do at a traffic stop.
Yeah.
The first thing you do is explain that you're traveling, not driving.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And it's my personal conveyance, so it doesn't apply the law. Also, it's maritime law, et cetera, et cetera.
That will get you nowhere.
I've seen the videos, and it never does get you anywhere.
Oh my God, Tom, what is that you watch when you? Is it cops with
Cops,
the people that get pulled over and they're just non-compliant as
Oh, yeah.
the last? So I don't sit down and watch these things, but Tom watches them a lot, and I think I was eating breakfast or something, and you had this one on. There's this woman. She looked like she was a pretty woman. She was in a Porsche, and there was a female cop, and she's like, "I need your driver's license." No, I'm not giving it to you. I am requesting your driver's license. No, I'm not giving it to you.
Oh, God.
I'm not driving. The car's not on. She said, well, you are in control of your vehicle. The key is in the ignition. And so therefore, I want your driver's license. Well, why? Why? No, why? She's like, because I could smell the alcohol from 2 blocks away. And I'm pretty sure that you're inebriated. Now, I might be, but I'm not driving. So it doesn't matter. I need your driver's license. It went on for, I would be like, I'm just going to shoot you in the face now. I would not be a good cop. I'm like, sorry, you just have to be shot.
Thank God.
There you go. Thank God she's not a cop for me, especially.
I'd be like, I'm done with you, lady. Boom, let's go. I can't handle you. So she went, she was so patient. She finally she explained to her, I'm going to have to drag you out of the car. We're going to have to arrest you. We're going to have to do all these things to you. She's like, I'm not giving you my driver's license. She finally gets back up. They drag her out of the car. They take her away, and she has shit her pants.
Oh,
Whoops.
Yeah, I've dealt with people like that.
I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on in your life that this is your day?
it's bad.
Wow.
It's the middle of the day. You crapped yourself. You're arguing with the cops. What the hell, lady?
The way the cop was talking to her, I was like, this is my every day. It's time for bed. No, I'm going to have to drag you to bed then. No. Okay, I'm going to drag you to bed. Okay, I'll go to bed.
I would always, being me was always a benefit as a cop, unless it came to running somebody down.
Yeah.
I gave people choices. This is what you can do, or this is what's going to happen.
Yep, and that's how you talk to kids too.
And
These are the 2 things.
It was, people are doing this, of course, out the windows at me, but
Yeah.
it always just worked. So
See, we got to go. And I know, Jesse, you have to be in St. Paul in like 15 minutes. So
Whoa, we
Oh,
gotta
all
get
right, we
moving.
better go.
we have a quick update from D Hart. He found it was roots in his pipes.
Told you.
Remember that backup picture that I put up there? I'll spare everyone the imagery.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Details,
Good
yeah.
idea.
But yes, there was roots in the pipes. He can either have him dug up for 20 grand, or get a sleeve put on it for 10 grand.
Oh boy.
Great.
Yeah, so he's going to try to do it himself for 1,000. So dig it all up and do it himself, which I
man.
wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. If you know what you're doing, saving $9,000, why not?
Well, I guess if you know what you're
But if you
doing,
don't-
but do
Yeah,
you
if you
know
don't know what you're doing, I can't recommend that because a flood is. I mean, well, you already had a flood, so I guess you know how bad they get.
right.
But yeah, I don't know. Pipes are awful. I think we should just we should go back to the old days of aqueducts.
Right.
If you need water, you just hold a bucket underneath the aqueduct.
There you go.
Yep. Poor
Absolutely.
Donnell. She's typing on how she got her DWI.
Yeah,
The beauty of this is we don't have to prove you're drunk. We just have to prove you're impaired.
Yep.
Oh.
When Rick Capcella did his DWI thing 1.5 billion years ago, it was all about being over the limit. Nowadays, all it is impairment. And I've gotten convictions on DWIs down to 0.05 because I've been able to prove their impairment.
Yeah, some people just cannot handle any amount of alcohol in their system, or they just like turn into complete lunatics.
And then she says, I'm not driving. As long as you have the keys in your possession, pocket, purse, whatever the case may be, you are in physical control of the vehicle. Go ahead, Kat.
So the lesson of the lesson here is when you get pulled over, roll down the window, throw the keys out of the car.
It's not going to work. You had them in possession. The car was moving. That's physical control.
You can't prove I wasn't Fred Flintstone again.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yabba
true.
dabba do, baby.
All right. Well, everybody behave. And when are you two coming back in again? Because I got to catch the whole.
Whenever
next-
Andy says
your
we
son.
can.
Yeah.
He's
If
the
we get
one.
back in rhythm, it'd be 3 weeks from now, I think.
Yeah, I think we're going to shoot for that again.
Last Wednesday of each month is when typically it is. So
Love it.
yeah.
All right. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.
Seeing you guys.
Bye.
Every time I hear the same reminds me how you talk in my door.